So I was watching a video today on YouTube, and the guys, I think the topic was the hard reality of owning a studio, the dark side. And I was like, what is he talking about? And the more I listened to it, and you had to go 2-3 minutes into it to find out what is he talking about. And he says it basically boiled down to things weren't working. File formats weren't working, and things didn't work with other things. And he was at home and he didn't know if he really wanted to come in. And I was like, oh my God, just whining about having a studio, and I, if everything works in a studio, it's pretty rare because there's always something that has to be addressed in a studio. And I thrive on that. If there's something that's not working, my mind just, it goes into this mode of, okay, let's figure this out. And there's always something that's, not going to work perfectly with something else. And you just have to figure it out. And you have to figure it out like now, not later, not put it off a week or so, like some of these studios do. I was always baptism by fire with these clients in Pro Audio because they would buy gear from me and they would go, well, George, this isn't working. And I go, okay. They said, we need it to work now. And I go, all right, I'll be right over, or I'll be there in a minute or so. And I take care of it and all of them would stare at me too. So you have to get it done. So this whole, the dark side of owning a studio, that is the common side of owning a studio. I remember I worked at one studio. We had a Scully 16 track, a 2-inch machine. There was no auto locator or tape, indicator on it at all. So you had to put masking tape on the back of the tape so you could figure out where you were at when you're rewinding and fast forwarding the tape. But the thing that would happen with that machine, modules would go down. So I would have to run behind the tape machine and pull out a module and swap it out with a module that would work so I could record on that channel. But I was doing that all while clients were in the studio and we were doing a recording session. So they had no clue that things were not working perfectly. And by the end of the session, they were happy. They got their, tape or, a cassette or whatever. And, they left. But in my mind, it all had to get taken care of right then and right now. So I don't understand some of these people that post studio videos and all they're doing is whining about how things don't work perfectly. Well, figure it out. Figure out what's not working perfectly. And if you can't figure it out, figure out a workaround to make it work. Because I think that's what an engineer does, is he figures out how to make things work smoothly for the session without the client knowing anything and get the job done. But I guess in this day and age, people just want to complain. And that's the other thing is, why have a YouTube channel just to complain on? Just tell us things that are interesting. Tell us things that people want to hear rather than the constant complaining. I don't understand it. Well, there you go.